celebrate today, it's hard not to think about where the time went. It feels like just yesterday we joined the high school class. We were running around stressing about our locker combinations and figuring out our classes. 9 months ago, we had our last first day of high school. In the fall, most of us played our last volleyball, basketball, cheer, soccer, or football. Before we knew it, spring was here, and most of us were running or golfing our last high school sport ever. Although this year is full of endings, it was still the best year of our lives. This year, we started planning the next chapter. We've researched and visited colleges. We have applied for and searched for employment, and one of us even plans to travel overseas. This year was our future's beginning. This year, we continue to look back at how we got here and all the memories we've made. I came to school in 5th grade, and on my first day, I remember thinking, wow, these people look weird. Buford looked much different than trolls, at least to attention or Clayton. Nervous and scared, and stuck in the seat between Hayden and Nick, I really wanted to go home. But after the first 10 minutes, everyone grew on me. Now after 8 years, they are like family to me. That's what I love most about our class. We're a family. We laugh, support, push, forgive, and most of all, defend. Before this year, I couldn't wait to get out of here. But since I've seen everything in the future, I realized I'm going to miss it. I'm just showing up every morning and hearing Alan say, what's your problem? Or hearing Jacob's laugh. I'm supposed to motivate you guys to go off and do great things and wish you good luck, but I don't have to. I don't have to because I already know you will be successful in whatever you do. You all push yourselves. Sometimes you're even too hard on yourself. I know all of you will make great students, loyal employees, awesome bosses, and wonderful parents. I just want to thank you guys for being the best friends in all of that school. I wouldn't want to graduate with anyone else.
We've got 2 members of our Board of Education that are present this evening, and I would ask them to stand. Their name, please. First of all, is our Board Vice President, Craig Knudsen. Craig. And our Board President, John Handel. Let's give these gentlemen a round of applause. We need to thank them for everything that they do. Our speaker today is Darla Falcon, who's the City Manager of the City of Gladstone, Michigan. She's also a 1989 graduate of Baby Knox High School. Darla Falcon's lifelong commitment to public service is driven by a passion for community building, civic engagement. Her dedication to the City of Gladstone and its residents has spanned nearly 2 decades. She first began her career with the City of Gladstone as their Deputy Treasurer. She moved on as their City Treasurer, Human Resources Director, and then briefly took on an increased leadership role as an Assistant City Manager. Today, for the past 5 years, Mrs. Falcon has served at the City of Gladstone and its residents as their first female City Manager. As City Manager, Darla assumes the duties as Chief Administrative Officer for the City and is responsible to the Commission for proper administration of all city affairs. Darla works closely with her 5 city departments: water, wastewater, electric, public works, parks and recreation, public safety, and community development in their continual planning, budgeting, and day-to-day work activities. Mrs. Falcon holds an Associate Arts degree from Baby Knox Community College, and a Bachelor of Science degree from Northern Michigan University, and various other certificates and credentials. Mrs. Falcon has provided testimony before the State Senate, sits on the Northern Initiatives Board, is a member of the OSF St. Francis Community Advisory Board, a United Way Funding Board member, and is a member of the Local Government Managers Association. When she finds spare time, she enjoys assisting the Boy Scouts, cross-country skiing, reading, traveling, and spending time with her husband Mike and their 2 sons, Matthew and John. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Big Baby Knox class of 1989, I am very proud to present to you the former Lady Bear, Mrs. Darla Falcon.
Thank you. Thank you so much, the Board of Education, distinguished guests, staff, alumni, friends, family, and most of all, a big thank you to the graduating class of 2015. Just a few years ago, I sat in the same very seats that you fellow graduates sit in tonight. No, really, the exact same seats. Who has the one with Darla and EJ etched in it? Anyone? Just kidding. I would never damage school property. That's something EJ would have done. I know, I can just see the headlines now. Fellow alumni and current city manager admits to destroying public property some 10 years ago. Well, maybe 20. Okay, 25. Honestly, it does feel like only yesterday that me and my 5 brothers and sisters attended these hallowed halls. I guess you could consider us the Lawn Bunch, kind of like the Brady Bunch, except we didn't have a living housekeeper named Alice. We had a living grandparent named Grandma. There were no frills in the Lalonde household, and when I say no frills, I mean just that. We had a TV set that only had 3 channels on a good day, and at the time there was no such thing as a remote, unless you consider us kids. We didn't have a dishwasher, again, unless you consider us kids, or a clothes dryer, yes, you got it, unless you consider us kids, hanging clothes in the backyard on the clothesline. How do we ever survive? Especially when you think about only having one bathroom to share between 4 girls, 2 boys, 2 parents, and a grandparent. Yes, fond memories. Anyway, I can distinctly remember how much I loved my family, my school, my friends, and my life. I also know how excited I was upon graduation. I wasn't scared at all. I wasn't scared because I had a plan. I'm sure all of you graduates have a plan too, right? I knew my plan would work because I had been working on my plan all my life. Besides, my hope chest was so overflowing by graduation day that I could barely get it closed. First, I would go to Bay College for a couple of years. Second, I would marry my high school sweetheart. Third, I would have a few children, to do all the housework, of course. And fourth, sit back and live the rest of my life in bliss. See how flawless my plan was? It was easy as snap, crackle, and pop. Well, you guessed it. My so-called flawless plan wasn't so flawless. It started when my high school sweetheart moved away. Then, before I knew it, my time at Bay College came to an end. I began to realize that time really does speed up after high school. My plan, now in shambles, and me with a no job, no future husband or kids on the horizon, did what any respectable young woman from good old St. Jake's would do. That's right, folks. I moved back in with Mom and Dad. Well, just for the summer, that is. After admitting to myself that my plan was a bust, I gathered up all the courage I could muster and stumbled back to college in the fall. Northern Michigan University became my new home away from home. Graduates, please remember, there is no script in life, so live your life and soak it all in. At NMU, I was able to refine who I was and what my likes and dislikes were. Some would say I began to develop my passions. And in these passions, I found fondness for numbers, finance, and management. I can look back now and see how my education and my passion propelled me. In one of my business classes, a professor told me that a person can make straight A's in school, yet flunk life. Find your passion, people. Don't be afraid. I attained several different positions that went along with my passions while attending college. I worked hard at learning, not simply being educated, and I began to discover a whole new life. A little side note, little something that most of my generation will appreciate. You will never have more energy and enthusiasm, hair or brain cells than you have today. As I become older, the only thing that speeds up is time. Time slows for no one, and I found myself faced with the last semester of my senior year of college. This time, I didn't want to run back home. My plan was simple. It was time to go experience life. In fact, I was more ready to graduate. I was ready for adventure, ready to experience new things, ready to get away from this college town, ready to take on the world. Did I happen to mention that plans can change? What was I doing? How could I let this happen? I guess the old adage holds true. Success in one area of life, making failure in another. He was 6'1", kind, funny, considerate, smart, and buff, and just getting back from Desert Storm, Desert Shield. Yes, I fell in love. Perhaps it was the uniform that did it, but this man, after my father, of course, became the man of my life. Next month, my husband and I will celebrate our 20th year of marriage. We live in Glasgow and have 2 wonderful children, Matthew and John. I have to apologize for one here. On the way here tonight, my husband asked me if I was ready to spend another 20 years with him. I said, honey, I'm trying to practice my speech. I would be honored, honey, to spend another 20 years with you. Besides, I just about have him trained. I might pay for that one. Ironically, instead of going out to conquer the world, I stayed in Marquette as Mike exited the military and began his college career. At times, life reaches out with just a moment. It's almost sinful if you don't reach back. I received a call some 20 years ago. It was the city manager of Gladstone wondering if I would be interested in a position. This call was out of the blue. As I was managing a video store in Marquette, Mike was completing his college, life was great. With encouragement from my husband, I obviously jumped at the chance. Come to find out, the city manager in Gladstone was the same individual I trained with at a video store in Bear Mountain not more than a year earlier. Once hired, I asked the city manager why he reached out to me. I mean, I had never worked for a municipality. I didn't really go to school for city work. The city manager looked at me and said, "You're good with numbers." I said, "I don't understand." He says, "You're good with numbers. Anyone that can score better than me on the video store pre-employment test is someone I just knew I had to have on my team." So my career at the city of Gladstone began. I had 2 simple rules to guide me. Number 1, ditch the dream and be a doer. Number 2, you ever hear the phrase, work smarter, not harder? Well, I always believe that to be successful, you must work smarter and harder. Over time, I was promoted from deputy treasurer to treasurer, HR director was added to my title, then assistant city manager, and now city manager for the past 5 years. With each promotion came new challenges, and truth be told, new failures. Oh, I reacted too fast for this, or I didn't keep that in mind for that, and I can't even remember how many times I failed at being a supervisor. Once as a treasurer, I had a commissioner say to me, "You'll never be city manager." Perhaps some of the shots I took, and still take, are because I'm a woman. Though I would like to think that it's more because I am able to take a lot of punches, yet still remain in the fight. That's a metaphor, of course. I highly doubt I could ever have the ability to take an actual punch. My point is that success in life isn't easy. You will have to deal with change and various challenges, no matter if you're a stay-at-home parent or a corporate CEO. If I could go back and give a little advice to my younger self, just a few years ago that is, I would start out by saying, first, enjoy life. The average life expectancy of someone in the United States is 78 years old. That means that those graduates today have already spent nearly 158,000 hours on Earth. Why is that important? I could say nearly a quarter of your life is already gone, but I won't. Oops, I guess I did. Actually, what's important to know is that as long as you're alive, it's never too late to appreciate and enjoy the life that you're given. Second, education. Learning is a process. You can't simply sit in the classroom and someday walk off stage with a diploma and call yourself educated. The reason the graduation ceremony is called a commencement is because the process of learning begins or commences at that point. All the schooling before simply provides the tools and framework for the real lessons to come. And here's the newsflash: learning is a part of life. Some of you will enter the workforce and be educated there. Some of you will join the military and will learn there, or else. And some of you will begin college in the fall. Spend more of your parents' hard-earned dollars, but you will learn. As Francis Bacon once said, knowledge is power. Third, set goals, both small and large. Find your passion in life and let that passion propel you. Last, face your fears. I understand that making changes can be pretty scary, but you know what's even scarier? Regret. It's as simple as that. If you can remember these simple things, you are on your way to a happy and successful life. In hindsight, though, I would probably give my younger self one last tip. Go and invest in anything called iPod, iPad, or iPhone by Apple. Also invest in Microsoft, Amazon, and Google. Now don't tell me that if given the chance, you wouldn't go back and do the same for yourself.